My name is Steve Thorpe. I'm a relationship coach, and I'm here to give you today's exercises of how to make your relationships more intimate, more connected, and really it's about inner transformation as well, so you're having a more positive outlook on life. So today's exercise is 11 affirmations. Now, affirmations are specific commentary on something that you see that you want to appreciate. So an affirmation wouldn't be like, wow, you're a great wife. An affirmation may be something like, I really appreciate the way you helped me carry the groceries in when we got home. Or to a husband, I really appreciate when I was getting upset how you talked really calmly and you took over with the kids so that I could handle what needed to be handled. It's something specific. It's not a general sort of statement. And the power of affirmations are this. When you look around right now, your house, your life, you can see all sorts of things. Some things you could see the positive, some things you see the negative. When you start affirming the positive, first of all, it rewires your brain to see the positive. And so just by affirming, even if no one else hears it or takes it in, you're actually changing yourself to have a more positive outlook. But the other thing is, many people really crave and desire those affirmations. A lot of times when I work with couples and we find like what's going on in conflicts and in fights, underneath some of the power struggles are two people competing and desiring to be seen, to be heard, to be affirmed. And they're going about it in a way that's really indirect. So if you can directly just see and affirm the things that are going well, you're giving your loved one, your spouse, the thing that they most desire. But the other thing is, when you affirm the things that are going well or that you appreciate, you're actually reinforcing that behavior. So, a typical thing, if, someone cleans the house, does the dishes, but leaves the dishes out on the counter to dry, and someone comes home and says, wow, why didn't you put the dishes away? That's a total lack of affirmation. That's focusing on the negative, and the person who did those dishes is going to feel hurt and not seen. If instead you say, wow, I really appreciate you doing the dishes. This is great. Thank you so much. It means so much when the house is clean. And leave it at that. Now you're reinforcing that behavior and you're more likely to get that, because a lot of us really desire that affirmation, and we're going to keep doing the things that give us affirmation. And so something that when I'm working with kids we see is that kids will actually go for any kind of attention. They'll go for negative attention or positive attention, whichever gives us the most attention. So if a child's not getting positive affirmation, they'll start doing things that drive us crazy just to get that attention. So if we affirm the positive, we're actually encouraging more of the positive. If we just focus on the negative, to some extent, we can be actually encouraging the negative. So your assignment for today is at least 11 affirmations to your loved ones, to your spouse especially, your significant other. I encourage it for your children, but I also encourage it for yourself. Because the truth is, when we are critical of other people, when we're always focusing on the negative for them, it's likely we're also doing the same thing for ourselves. The kind of negative voice we have in our head or the positive voice we have in our head, we equally apply to ourselves and to others. Now, there's this interesting research that said for every negative comment that is made, it takes 3 to 5 positive comments to balance it, and somewhere between 6 to 21 positive comments to turn someone in a positive direction. So as you're focusing on affirmations, also notice any disaffirmations that you give and see if you can turn those around. Oftentimes when people are struggling against their disaffirmations, they say, well, I don't want to suppress what I really feel. I don't want to gloss over the things that are bugging me. But for today, and I would suggest up until, for the next 12 days, just focus on the positive and see what happens. See what happens if you sort of ignore not every negative, but the little things that bother you, and focus on the affirmations. And in 12 days, either you will totally change the relationship with your spouse, or you'll have totally changed your relationship with yourself and how you see things. And either way, you're going to get a really positive result.